Thanos was marketed as the biggest villain the Avengers have ever faced. So obviously, there was a lot of hype for Thanos' appearance in Infinity War. There was tremendous pressure to deliver, and thankfully, Marvel Studios did not disappoint. Despite having far less screen time than some of the universe's most famous villains, the purple villain quickly became one of the strongest bad guys in the franchise. Thanos sought the snap after getting the Infinity Stones, but it was not an easy task. He had to fight intense battles with the Avengers to implement his objective of bringing stability to the universe by wiping down half of the population. Hello guys, welcome back to Movie Kings. In today's video, we will be going through the most intense battles Thanos had with the Avengers. Before we begin, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to our channel, and smash the bell icon for more videos. Now, let's jump right in. Hulk. Avengers Infinity War began with a slugging match between Thanos and the Hulk, following the hijacking of the Asgardian refugee ship sailing to Earth by the Mad Titan and the Black Order. The Green Rage monster looked like he would take care of the villain easily for a while. That's until Thanos got bored with the fight that he quickly dispatched Hulk. Bruce Banner's alter ego got so traumatized, he refused to come out for the rest of the movie. While Thanos never met the Hulk again, whether in Infinity War or Avengers Endgame, Bruce had another chance to go after the villain. On board the Hulk Buster, Bruce was the first hero to charge against the Mad Titan at the end of the Infinity War, after Thanos arrives in Wakanda. Unfortunately, he didn't even get a chance to put his hand on him. Thanos just used the Space Stone to get Bruce out of his way, and then trap him in a boulder to make sure he wasn't a threat anymore. Loki and Thanos' relationship was strained when reunited after their unsuccessful attempt to take over Earth in the Avengers. The god of mischief lost both the Mind and the Space Stone to the Mad Titan during their last partnership, the latter of which was with Loki. However, instead of simply handing over the Tesseract due to his character development over the years, Loki tried to stab Thanos, which resulted in his death at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War. Loki's death in Avengers Infinity War seemed rather permanent, even though Endgame managed to figure out a fun way for Loki to live on with the help of time travel and the Tesseract. However, there's a chance the trickster god lived on after his death. Gamora. With a power acquired off-screen and Space Stone secured in Avengers Infinity War, Thanos sent the Black Order to Earth to acquire the Time and Mind Stone, while he traveled to nowhere for the Reality Stone. There, he encountered the Guardians of the Galaxy, including Gamora, who went ahead and ambushed her adopted father in the hope of ultimately bringing him down, ironically using the dagger he gave her when he killed half of her people and took her from her home planet. What she didn't realize was that, as the Mad Titan already owned the Reality Stone, and all this was a ruse. SpiderMan. In Avengers Infinity War, Marvel's friendly neighborhood superhero, SpiderMan, also had a chance to battle Thanos despite being way out of his league. Peter Parker was able to link some hits with Doctor Strange's magic portals without the Mad Titan finding out where he was coming from, especially with some snarky commentary from Spider-Man. The whole scene was fun to watch, but his continued blabbing may have spelled his doom, as the villain was finally able to grab him by the throat, slam him to the ground, and throw him towards Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, one of the most creative and visually spectacular one-on-one battles in Avengers Infinity War was arguably between Thanos and Doctor Strange, with his fellow New York-based heroes and members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Sorcerer had the plot to take Thanos on his homeworld and came out to ambush the villain. Unfortunately, Star-Lord's epic meltdown threw a wrench into their plans, enabling the villain to collect himself and take them on after getting trapped in hypnosis. Although Thanos took care of most of his enemies quickly, Doctor Strange put up the adversary with quite an amazing feat. Using various magic tricks as he sneakily hid the Time Stone, the Sorcerer was the only one who compelled Thanos to use the Infinity Stone in a few different ways, rather than specifically wielding the individual powers of the crystals against his enemy. In reality, it was only against Doctor Strange that Thanos had to use the Soul Stone after numerous illusions of himself had been formed by the wizard to confuse the villain, Iron Man. Avengers Infinity War just had to have a face-off between Tony Stark and the Mad Titan as the first hero to predict Thanos' arrival at the doom he brings. Thanos spent a considerable amount of time attempting to destroy Iron Man after their initial Titan plan failed. The villain never deliberately attempted to assassinate anyone except the genius, the billionaire, and in his quest for the Infinity Stones, knowing the sort of threat he was posing to his plans. Tony was able to draw blood out of the Mad Titan thanks to his upgraded suit, but that wasn't enough to take him down. In the end, Thanos was almost able to kill Tony, puncturing him in the body with a lance of his armor. If it hadn't been for Doctor Strange exchanging the Time Stone for the life of Iron Man, the inaugural hero of MCU would have been dead right at that moment. Tony retired from becoming Iron Man after their crushing defeat in the Infinity War and dedicated his time to creating a family. However, he was bound to reunite with the Mad Titan in Avengers Endgame's climactic battle, where he once again tried his hand to take down the villain with Captain America and Thor once and for all. Unfortunately for him, Thanos' defeat came with a personal loss because he had to give up his life to make sure the villain was no longer a threat to the world. Captain America. As Steve Rogers led the team in Wakanda, he called the shots in the battle against Thanos. After Bruce Banner's defeat, Captain America prepared to attack, but Thanos did not let him come near, using the Power Stone to keep him at a distance, as he desperately tried to buy Scarlet Witch sometime after she destroyed the Mind Stone. He then got another chance to take down the villain. It was interesting to see a non-powered hero bravely take on someone like the Thanos, with Steve not only landing several hits but even managing to fend off Thanos' huge punch. But a single punch knocked him out too. Like Iron Man at the end of Avengers Endgame, Cap had a rematch with Thanos, although Captain America teamed up to finally take down the Mad Titan once and for all with Iron Man and Thor. He also got his one-on-one time with a villain. He was the only one left standing against Thanos at a point, perfectly encapsulating his relentless determination to combat until the end. Fortunately, it wasn't long after the cavalry arrived, with the revived heroes coming to join the fight. Scarlet Witch, with her allies defeated in Avengers Infinity War, the only one who stood between Thanos and Vision was Scarlet Witch. Instead, she was there to destroy the Mind Stone and kill it successfully to ensure that the insane Titan could not get his hands on the final stone. Wanda hadn't even tried to keep her lover safe. So while Scarlet Witch was slowly disintegrating the stone on the forehead of Vision, she was also slowing down the insane Titan at the same time. Ultimately, she succeeded in her task, but the villain reversed time with the help of the Time Stone, undoing Vision's death and enabling him to gain the Mind Stone. All while Wanda was watching helplessly. After her rebirth in Avengers Endgame, Scarlet Witch challenged Thanos once again. She unleashed her powers against the Mad Titan, who did not remember her, as it was the 2014 iteration of the character. Fueled by her sorrow and rage over Vision's death, she attacked Thanos aggressively, stripping him of his armor and even destroying his shield. Using her ability to control energy, Thanos, realizing that he could not fight her alone, ordered rain fire on the ground to save himself, despite the move affecting his own side as well. Thor, the god of thunder's whole Avengers Infinity War arc revolved around his expected face-off with Thanos after the villain killed half of his people, as well as Heimdall and Loki at the beginning of the movie. However, after the villain had already gotten hold of all 6 Infinity Stones, he didn't get as much time against the Mad Titan as he confronted him. Still, Thor got the closest to killing Thanos. His Stormbreaker cut through the power of the Infinity Stone and landed on the chest of Thanos. Regrettably, instead of quickly taking care of Thanos, Thor decided to gloat. This gave Thanos just enough time to snap his fingers and conduct his awful galactic genocide. At the beginning of Avengers Endgame, Thor was eventually able to kill Thanos, but it didn't mean much since the Infinity Stones were already gone, meaning they had no other way to reverse the snap. At least, at that point, Thor got another shot at the Mad Titan 5 years later, when he worked with Captain America and Iron Man. Aiming to kill him properly, the God of Thunder used his hammer and Stormbreaker in tandem to battle Thanos, with Mjolnir from the Thor, the Dark World timeline with him. Many times he also notably aimed for the head, proving that he learned his lessons from the Infinity War. So that's it for this video, guys. Which of these battles do you think was the most epic one? Let us know in the comments. See you all in the next video.